Welcome back to Just a Printer. Welcome to day 6, week 2 of coronavirus shutdown. I was just going to be printing a booklet today and getting ready for mailing that, but I just got an order again that I did 2 videos ago for a local church that started a food pantry because of the coronavirus. So I'm going to be doing another one of those mailings today. And yeah, our doors are closed to the outside, but people are still emailing me orders, and I'm printing them and mailing them out. So there's still work to be done. As they print, I need to cut down some more 1117 short grain. So last week when I did this mailing about the food pantry, I folded and tabbed on the tabletop A.B. Dick folder because as it was printing, I was grabbing a stack, cutting it, folding it, tabbing it, and just to get them done as quick as possible. I've been doing other things this morning while this has been running, so I got a big old stack here. I'm going to run them on the MBO, it'll be faster. Besides, the MBO hasn't been run for like a week. We gotta fold some stuff on there. This is only about half of them. We got our work cut out for us. Okay, I know I'm strange. I get excited about weird things. And number one, that never happens. My first out sheet was spot on and I didn't have to adjust anything and I just ran the job. That never ever happens. That's super exciting. Number two, the end there, I closed that gap to like 1/4 of an inch and some of them were right up against each other. That was awesome. So now's one of those times where I wish I would have upgraded my tabbing, but the reality is I do less and less tabbing as time goes on and more mailings, but every once in a while something like this comes along and it takes forever to run through this single tabber. But oh well, we'll get it done with what we have, and I'll keep my eyes peeled for a replacement later. And coming from the MBO to this thing is painful. I really need to upgrade. That was fun. Set these out for the customer and then see if we can fix that button on the tabber. So this is a momentary contact button, meaning it closes the circuit as I hold it, and when I let it go, the circuit opens up. And I'd be willing to bet that the contacts in here have been oxidized, or else there's dust in there. So I'm pretty sure just cleaning this is going to fix it. But the thing is I don't know that I can take this button apart. Let's give it a try. Okay, these are neat little switches. So when you push down on the button, it moves this metal pin down and hits up against and makes contact to complete the circuit. So I'm just going to clean it all out, put it back together, maybe take some Scotch-Brite and clean that pin too to make sure it has contact. That should probably do it. That's what I like to hear. They're just dirty. This thing has little ears that I just needed to bend back to get it off. Just need to pop them back. That's good enough. Just put it in. Oh yeah. Safe to say that's fixed. I strongly suggest, if you're going to own or operate any type of equipment that has electrical components, that you either learn how to fix things yourself or make sure you have somebody on staff that can, because you can save literally tens of thousands of dollars by doing really simple electrical fixes on your own, just like that button. That was a really tiny fix, no big deal. You could have lived without fixing that. But when it comes to troubleshooting, you know, a short circuit or a bad component on an electrical board, you can save a ton of money if you just do it yourself. I mean, you're gonna spend $100, $200 just to get somebody to show up at your location to do service, and then you know, parts and labor on top of that. Here's, I mean, just some really simple things I've accumulated over the years. I mean, I have fuses, you know, it's soldering. I have a basic oscilloscope in here. You know, have yourself a multimeter. You know, there's connectors, relays. I have some capacitors left over and some MOSFETs from other fixes that I've done in the past. You know, like these LEDs that I used those to fix the sensors on the towers of the collator. You don't have to go out and buy all that stuff day one. I would suggest you just accumulate things as you fix things. So get yourself a multimeter. You can get a cheap $10 one and, you know, easily be able to test continuity with that. And you know, then as time goes on, pick up a soldering iron, get some solder, and then, you know, get yourself a little box to keep it in, keep it organized. But that is huge when you're trying to keep yourself up and running, because downtime is expensive and paying somebody else to fix your equipment is expensive as well. There's just a faint line of toner here, and that happens when your cleaning blade isn't cleaning the excess toner off the transfer belt. So mine's past due here. The cleaning unit is at 300%. I should probably put a new unit on, but in reality, it's really just the blade that needs to be replaced. I should also probably just buy the 200K PM kit, and that would replace blade, transfer belt, a handful of rollers in there. But that's like a $500 kit. Don't feel like spending that. And in all reality, if that needed to be replaced, I'd spend the money and do it. But I really like to see how far I can run parts by just having good maintenance, but also not just throwing money at it, because that's where you really save money, is by not replacing the things that don't need to be replaced and only replacing the things that need to be replaced. That's how I can get such a low click cost on this box. Just the blade's 20 bucks. It was like 26 bucks delivered. So throw the blade in and this thing will keep on going. I would consider replacing the cleaning unit when it mechanically fails. So as long as the auger system in there is carrying away the waste toner, keep on running it. Put a piece of scrap paper down before you start, because it's going to drop toner down on the floor. This was a notorious problem with the C8000. That thing never cleaned the blade or the belt off. and you're always having to jam cardboard in there to try and get more pressure. This thing does a much better job. What you can do too is take a little bit of this toner and put on this new blade. You can also put some new toner on it, and in reality it'll probably be just fine if you don't do anything at all, but that will help lubricate that blade as it moves on that belt. So I've always replaced the entire drum unit on the Konica 6500. So I recently, it was in a video too, cyan, magenta, and yellow have been replaced on here, and the black is on its way out. And I've always been tempted by the really cheap drum and blade kits. So a drum unit is like $200, it's like $180. And the kit for just the drum and the blade is like 40 bucks. And I think it's a generic one, but I've always been tempted by those, and I've always said, no, I'm just gonna get OEM and do the whole kit and caboodle. But I ordered one of those because I just wanna see. I'm just curious if I can get the same life out of the drum replacement than the entire drum unit. So that'll be coming up in the future. Because that's huge, because that's, you know, the difference between $40 and $180 times 4, one for each color, really adds up. So I'm eager to see what the life is on those. If you have experience with that, put a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Printing some menus right now. Apparently some local restaurants are really going through the takeout menus since everybody's ordering takeout. Okay, those are done, bagged, ready to go to the post office. I got one more mailing, gets a right angle fold, tabbed, and then those will both be ready. Probably mail them out tomorrow. Things are slowing down here a little bit, which is great. I got other stuff I can get done. But anywho, thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe, stay sane out there, and catch you later.